back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the makeup routine that I use in my Carnatic violin performances, and I can assure you this routine works because I've sweated and survived very long festival days in it. I'm going to be covering all bases of my routine in this video, from skincare to eye makeup, so without further ado, let's go get started. The first category we're going to be going over is skin prep, and this is really important in making sure makeup doesn't cake and that it lasts all day, and I'm going to be showing you the 3 products that I like to use. The first thing I like to do is go on with an eye cream, and because we're going to be putting a lot of concealer under our eyes, this is really good for making sure that your eye makeup doesn't crease or wear off, and I like to use the one from Neutrogena. It's the Hydra Boost Caffeine Eye Gel Cream, and I'm just going to take a little bit and apply it under my eyes. You don't really need to pack a ton of it under, but just enough to make sure that that area is nicely hydrated. After this, you're going to want to go in with a moisturizer, and this is important to make sure that your skin stays hydrated, and it really prevents your makeup from creasing, especially because we're going to be packing on a skin tint later. You don't want your face to be dry. I'm using the one from Haru Wonder. It's the Black Rice 5 Ceramide Barrier Moisturizing Cream. If not this, I also like to use the Medicube one. But basically, I'm just going to take a little bit of it and then I'm going to just apply it to my face. Here, and I'm going to speed this clip up because it's going to take me forever. After the moisturizer's taken some time to set, I'm going to go in with the sunscreen, and this is going to double up as primer. Sunscreen is honestly a non-negotiable, as you need it even if the sun isn't out. It's just to protect your skin, and honestly I think this sunscreen works just as well as a primer. I use the one from Anua. It's the Zero Cast Moisturizing Finish Sunscreen. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and then just apply it to my face, and again I'm going to speed this up because I don't think you want to watch me put sunscreen on my face for a whole 30 seconds. So our skin prep is done, and before we move on to base makeup, we're going to let the sunscreen dry down. This is just to ensure it doesn't mix and then eventually pill with the skin tint. Okay, so it's been a few minutes and our sunscreen has dried down, so we're going to move on to our base makeup. So as I mentioned, we're going to be using a skin tint, and I don't really like to use a heavy foundation because I sweat a lot and it just feels too cakey on my face, so we're just going to go in with a tinted sunscreen instead. I use the one from Tower 28. It's the SunnyDays skin tint, and this is in the shade 20. And basically what I like to do is just apply it to the back of my hand. You don't want to touch the nozzle to your face. It's not really hygienic. But what I like to do is just dab it on each part of my face and then blend it out with the brush. So now that our skin tint's on, I'm going to be color correcting my under eyes because they look pretty dark. I use this one from e.l.f. and it's in the wrong shade, but you generally, when you're using orange color corrector, you want to find something that's closer to your skin tone. This one's a little too light, so I usually have to pack more of it on. I just apply a little bit to my under eye. Well, actually that's a lot, but you get the point. But I just apply a bit, and when I'm blending it out, I like to focus it only on my eye bags so that they get somewhat concealed. I also like to blend it out with my finger for a more natural finish. So now that we've applied the color corrector, we don't want to go in directly with your concealer because otherwise it's just going to mix and it's just going to look like a mess. So I'm going to take my setting spray. I use this one from e.l.f. I'm just going to spray it over my face and then let it dry down before I go in with concealer. So it's been a few minutes and we can go in with our concealer, and the one that I use is from Ilia. It's the Skin Blur Serum Concealer, and I use the shade 10N, and unfortunately the stopper on mine fell off, so my wand looks a little bit like a mess. But basically I apply a dot under both my eyes, and then like the color corrector, I also blend it out with my finger. And again, like we did with the color corrector, you just want to center this around the eye bags. Okay, so I'm done applying my concealer, and don't worry if your eye bags aren't 100% concealed. Usually under stage lights, they'll technically wash out, so you should be fine. Next thing we're going to be doing is our cheek makeup, and I usually like to go in with a bronzer first. I use the one from Saie and it's in the shade Spritz, and I like to put it on my cheeks and a little bit on my nose just so that there's a little dimension. I also like to put it on my jaw, and usually I would put it on my forehead, but considering I have an active breakout right now, I'm not really confident in doing that. And before I blend it out, I usually like to spray my setting spray over it just to make blending a little easier. So now that we're done with our bronzer, the next thing I like to go in with is blush, and I use the e.l.f. Camo liquid blush, and I use the shade Very Well, and this thing is super pigmented. So I'd honestly advise that you just use a little bit of it. So I just kind of scrape off the excess, and then I put one dot on both my cheeks. And then after that, I usually go in again with setting spray just to improve the blendability, and then I blend it out. After that, this is completely optional, but I like to go in with this sheer tint. I feel like it adds a little more depth to my blush, but you can skip this if you want. So the next thing I'm going to be using is highlighter, and I use one from Saie. It's the Glowy Supergel in Roseglow, and I apply it to the back of my hand before I focus this on the high points of my cheeks, my chin, and the tip of my nose. And then I also like to put some on top of my nose, and again I would do my forehead, but I'm having a breakout so I'm gonna skip that. So we're done with highlighter, but we need to mattify our base or otherwise it's not going to last. So this is where I'm gonna go in with a powder. I use this one from Morphe, and it's a pink powder to help brighten my under eyes. And basically I just take this and I apply it underneath my eyes and my chin, and then I'm gonna skip my forehead. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip my brush in it, and then I'm gonna tap off the excess so that nothing creases. And then I'm just gonna lightly pat it under my eyes like this. So now that our cheek makeup is done, I'm going to be moving on to my eye makeup. So the first thing that I do is also completely optional, but if you want your eyes to pop, I like to go in with a little bit of kajal. I honestly used to be really scared of kajal, but I only just started wearing it recently. And mine is from Revlon, and I just apply this underneath my eyes, and I'm gonna do this off camera because I suck at applying kajal in general, but basically you just want to apply this to your waterline. So after kajal, I usually do my eyeliner, and I'm really bad at applying this, so I'm gonna apply it off camera, but I like to create a small wing that points upwards, but you can do this depending on your eye shape any way you want. This is just what I find works best for me. And my eyeliner is from e.l.f. The next thing I'm gonna apply is eyeshadow, and I like to use the NYX liquid eyeshadows. I prefer this over powder eyeshadows because I feel like powders just crease on my eyelids and they just don't look that good. But basically I like to take this kind of dark orange shade and apply it all over my lid before I go in with the lighter shade. After my eyeshadow, I like to use a highlighter crayon on the inner corner of my eyes. I just think it adds some brightness, and this is also optional, but the one that I use is from Wet n Wild. It's the multi-stick, and I like to just center this in the inside of my eyes. So the last thing for eyes is going to be mascara, and this is to help lengthen your lashes, and I think this also helps with making your eyes really pop. The one that I use is from L'Oreal. It's the telescopic mascara, and I really like this because I don't need to use a lash curler, and it gives my lashes so much volume. So the last part of this routine is going to be lips, and there are two products that I like to use, which is a lip liner and a lip gloss. This is the lip liner I use. It's from NYX, and it's the Lip Lingerie lip liner. I use the shade Up All Night, And basically, I just like to line my outer lips. And I'm gonna do this off of camera because I'm really bad at lip liner. I don't know if you could tell, I just have terrible hand coordination. So that's why there are some things that I have to do off camera because otherwise I'm just gonna mess up. So this is what the lip liner looks like. And as you can see, I picked a shade that was a few shades darker than my lip color just to make sure that it really shows up. But now I'm gonna go in with a lip gloss, and I prefer this over a lipstick because matte lips really don't look that good on me, but that's completely up to you. So the gloss that I use is from e.l.f. It's their, oh my god, it's the Glow Reviver Lip Oil, and this is in the shade Jam Session. And I just like to put this all over my lips, like this. So this is the final look, and the last thing you're going to want to do is go in with setting spray just to make sure that everything lasts. So as you can see, we finished the look, and I said earlier this is usually my go-to performance look, but this look is also very similar to the one I did for prom. So this is more so of a full glam routine you can use for basically anything. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you follow me on the rest of my socials for more content like this, and I will see you guys in my next video.